Well, hello everybody. So today is the 30th of December 2021, so nearly the end of the year 2021. So this is going to be my last video for this year, and I hope you enjoy it. Basically, for those of you that are new to embroidery, this video really is to aim at those of you out there that have just acquired a new embroidery machine or possibly new to all of it, and just want a little bit of information on what you need, what's essential, what's not so essential to start off with, and so on. So I've got a range of things around me, but ignore the painting and the paintbrushes because that's another part of my life. Okay, so I'm just going to slip this in because I forgot to mention, please feel free to check out my Facebook group. It's called Machine Embroidery and Crafting Community, and the "and" is one of those squiggly ands. It used to be called Machine Embroidery and Sewing Community, but I changed it. So I'm wondering whether or not, because I haven't updated it in all my other videos, so I may have to go back and redo that. It is now called Machine Embroidery and Crafting Community, and the "and" is one of those, you know, okay? I'll put a link down below. Yeah, please feel free to go and join that group. We've got well over 5,000 members now, and the list is growing. The group is growing so rapidly. So those of you that are a member of that group, thank you. I really appreciate your support. Yeah, please go and check that out. Become a member. So that's that. Now back to the video. And today's just going to be about embroidery. For those of you that are new, welcome. My name is Kim, and I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and please share, like, and subscribe. It's free after all, okay? The more of you that like, share, and subscribe, the better it gets out there to all those other people. Now then, you could be doing things like this, okay? There's a applique, okay, an applique, however you want to pronounce it. I love this lady's designs, okay? She's from Australia, and I just love her designs, and they're very cheap. I will link all links that I need to link. I will link down below this video, okay? So please feel free to check those out. So I've used fluffy fabric with this and a little bit of cotton fabric just to give it that extra depth, and it really is effective. People seem to like this, and with the right equipment, you can achieve this too. Now, at present, I have a Janome. Okay, this is a Janome 400E. In fact, I'm going to get my camera and I will take a little bit of footage with it. Here we go. Save swapping all the cameras over. So here we have my Janome, which is a Janome 400E. A little story about this. When I first started embroidery, I started off with a 10 needle machine. I sold that not so long ago, and then I acquired this little 1 needle because it's more practical for me, because I am not making a business out of this embroidery. The only real business side of it was doing my YouTube, and I think that there's a lot of call out there for single needle videos as well, so hence why I bought this. Now, I got this very cheap. It's actually brand new. Well, it was unused, okay? The lady bought it, and if you watch my other videos, you will find out the reason why she never used it. So I will show you the bits and pieces that I got with this. First of all, let's just move that out of the way a minute. Here we have one of these here, all right? Now, this is the hoop that came with it. I need to have a look up on this machine because I have been told by somebody else that it actually does a bigger hoop than this. Now, I'm not sure, so I am going to look that up. But this is the hoop size I got with it, and this is relatively large hoop size anyway. This is a 7.9 by 7.9 inches. Now, let's just take that out. That's just a guide in there. I never use those. There we go. So you have your two pieces, okay? This is what comes with with a flatbed machine, okay? And any other hoop sizes that you acquire with yours. Now, these go together with a screw there, okay? So they tighten up with a screw. Basically get your hoop, okay? Or hoops, however big or however small they may be. Now, this is ample for me. quite ample. This is on par with the 200 by 200 centimetre hoop. Well, it wasn't quite, it was an 8 by 9 hoop that I had for my 10 needle, but my 10 needle I used magnetic hoops. Now if you've got a multi-needle, I really recommend, when you can afford it, get the magnetic hoops, Mighty hoops. They are fantastic. Now there are places in the US where you can acquire these Mighty hoops, okay, and also in the UK there's a supplier called ETC Supplies. I will link their website down below as well. And ETC Supplies, they're based in Scotland in the UK. So they basically sell everything to do with embroidery, okay? You're going to find your stabilizers and stuff like that with them, okay? So be aware of that. They're a great company to have. Great prices too. Now, if you're needing clothing and stuff like that and you want to make a business out of it, then I would highly recommend Pen Carry, okay? Pen Carry are based in the UK as well. I am sorry for those of you that are in the US. I have not really got wholesale supplier names for the US, okay? But if I can find out for you, I will. There is a wholesale company that ship out from China these t-shirts here. So the famous puff sleeve t-shirt that they all use in embroidery for birthday shirts. This is a pink one. This was just a sample, okay? And this isn't the thickest they do. This was one of the thinner ones, so I never really used that. Things like at Pen Carry, you're going to find things like your beanies, okay? And they sell a wide range of beanies, so they're brilliant for that. Now, let's not get off track. So, you've got your hoops. Then you're going to want things like, you'll get all your bits and pieces with your machine anyway. So, it usually comes in a bag like that with all your oil, little scissors and clips in there, bobbins. Now, with the single needle, I actually use these plastic bobbins here, okay? With my multi-needle that I had, there we go, these little plastic ones there. And with the multi-needle that I had, I used the, you can get magnetic bobbins, but I didn't feel the need for those. You can use the Madeira thread bobbins, which are already pre-wound. They're just pre-wound Madeira threads. They are also available at Pen Carry, okay? You can get them on Amazon as well. So that's bobbins, so you'll need your bobbins. If you buy the pre-wound ones, obviously you don't need the bobbin thread. Otherwise, you're going to need white bobbin thread, okay, for your embroidery machine. You're also going to need things like stabilizers. Now, we have a range of stabilizers here. This one here, I have actually never got to use. This came with my machine, with the multi-needle, and they sent a load of stuff in with it, but I never really used it. This is like a sticky stabilizer, okay, so that sticks, adheres. Then you've got things like your water solubles, okay, so this here is a plasticky water soluble. You can get a cloth water soluble. So the plastic water soluble is ideal for things like embroidering on top of towels. You can use it for embroidering on top of hats like that. It helps to stop the stitches from sinking into the fabric. You can also use another water soluble, which is like a fabric, and I haven't got any in here, but it does look similar to, this stuff here, all right? And it's water soluble, and because it's a fabric water soluble, it will hold the stitching, like for things like freestanding lace and stuff like that. So if you look up FSL designs, it's like a lacy design, and it will not pierce through, because I tried it once on, I tried to make some earrings, lacy earrings with the embroidery machine. I tried it with this water soluble, not really knowing, this is in the beginning, and it pierced right through it and cut all around it, so then therefore it's just cut out entirely within the first few stitches, and then it has not worked. So what you would do potentially, you would hoop up just your stabilizer, okay? Then put your design on your machine and then stitch onto this. But you can't do it with this plastic stuff because it just rips and tears. So you're better off with stuff like this if you're just using stabilizers, okay? If that makes any sense at all. You've also got your tearaway stabilizer. I've got some of this here. This is made by Sulky. So I got this a long time ago before I found ETC Supplies. But there you've got your tearaway stabilizers. can get big rolls of stabilizer on Amazon as well, so just follow the links down below. There should be links for stabilizers as well. And then you've got your, which is this one here, which is a cutaway stabilizer. Okay, this one here is a fusible as well, so you can actually fuse it onto your fabrics as well. So you've got many different kinds of stabilizers. Now, I'll be honest with you, when I first started embroidery, I just used a cutaway and a tearaway. I never worried about all the water solubles because I wasn't really doing freestanding lace, and I was only really doing things like birthday shirts and in the hoop projects and stuff like that. Now, an in the hoop project could be anything from like a purse to a key ring. I'll show you an example. Here we have an in the hoop project. Now, these were digitized by myself. So there's a key ring. So basically that was all done in a hoop. So it's several different key rings there. I designed that one as well. I no longer have my PE design. And there's another one. Okay. So you can do things like this. Simple in the hoop projects. You can buy designs off of Etsy, but make sure you go to an Etsy shop that has plenty of sales and good feedback, because you don't want to be buying designs that aren't very good to stitch out. Now, these are patches that I've also made as well. I bought these designs off of Etsy. So we have a little strawberry patch there, okay? Now, these are all done on a piece of felt, okay? So I've done them on felt. So pretty simple. There we go, a little bat. And what else do we have here? Oh, we have a couple of dogs. So we have a... That's another sort of project you can do. So we've gone through stabilizers. Now, when you're doing things like birthday shirts, children's clothing, stuff like that. So here we have a birthday shirt, okay? Girls' puff sleeve birthday shirt. And I have some boys t-shirts here as well, straight sleeves, okay, black and white, so a range of colours. After you've stitched your design on, you could do that design on top of a birthday shirt, okay, or just onto a shirt. And then underneath it's going to look like this. So once you've sewn it all, it's going to end up with that on the back. Now, that tends to get quite itchy around a child's skin, and it can irritate, especially if they're not wearing a vest. So what you potentially would do is you would buy some, what they call in America, tender touch, or you can buy this soft touch, which is exactly the same. This is soft touch, and this is from ETC Supplies again. Now, what you'd do is you would cut a square of this. You would iron some of this onto the back of that, and then that would adhere to the back of that, and that keeps it soft and doesn't irritate child's baby's skin. So you've got your soft touch. I am going to link all these names down below, so feel free to write them down so you can log it upstairs and you know what you're going to need. Okay, now not all this stuff is, you know, necessary just to start out embroidering. The necessary things really are just your threads and your fabrics, whatever you're going to stitch onto, and your designs, really. So I have a range of threads, which, now I had a lot of threads, and I really went for the Madeira threads. I love Madeira threads, okay? But I also bought some of these threads, and I've only got a couple left because I did sell all my large spools, because I was planning on stopping embroidery altogether, but I couldn't do it. Now, these here are from Amazon. These are the Bro threads, okay? And I find them perfectly fine. And they do quite good offers on those as well. I'm not sure if there's any links down below, but you can find them on Amazon. And these ones here are just polyester threads, which I got with the machine, the 10 needle machine that I got. I think they're just sim threads, okay? So we got those. But with this machine here, which I've just shown you, the Janome, it all came with, because it was new, it all came with a load of threads. Now I've got 3 boxes of these. They won't last, well, I don't know how long they'll last, to be honest with you. Because there are, how much is this? 200 meters on each one. So, you know, you could go out there and buy yourself a box of threads. These are Janome threads, so they are for my Janome machine. But I could go out and buy some sim threads. I could go out and buy Madeira threads. It doesn't really matter. You know, and I can use them on my machine. So you've got your threads as well. Okay. Now, clips. With my machine, when you're doing things like in the hoop or when you're floating something on the hoop, okay, it's nice to have it either pinned or clipped, provided your machine allows it to be clipped, so the clips aren't going to get in the way. These clips here came with my machine, so I have these clips here, but you can potentially use pegs if you haven't got any clips. You can use these here, which I bought from Amazon. These are the little plastic clips, or you can use pins. Okay, so you've got your options there. So clips and pins. Another thing, when you're doing appliques, things like this, okay, your appliques, all right. When you, now as you can see on here, you stitch the fabric to the fabric, all right. Heat and bond light, all right, and it's heat and bond. There we go. So heat and bond light. Now this is crinkly on one side and smooth paper on the other. Now what you do is you'll cut a slice off of that, you'll heat it onto your fabric, but you'll iron it on from the paper side. So you're pressing the heat down on the paper, then it adheres the glue to the fabric, the back side of the fabric. Then you'll peel that paper off, and then there on top will be some nice adhesive ready to adhere to your project. Okay, so once you stitched it onto your t-shirt, then you can potentially go over it with an iron, and that will seal it and glue it to your fabric. Okay, that design there will be heated after it's been sewn like that. You would apply heat to it, and then that would stick the fabric down onto the fabric. Okay, if you know what I mean. So that's that. So heat and bond light, that's another handy thing to have. Now there are lots of embroidery vinyls out there, and for those of you that are looking to do birthday shirts, particularly for example the mermaid shirt, which is quite popular, it has been, you can buy these sorts of embroidery vinyls out there on the internet. I think I got a pack of so many different colours, and I can't remember. I don't know if there is a link down below. I'm a bit slack when it comes to putting in my links, but I will try and get round to it. And then you can basically cut your piece off there and put some heat and bond on the back. You don't always have to have heat and bond, depending on the size of what you're doing. And then that can be stitched onto your t-shirt. So you've got different kinds of embroidery vinyl. Now I know this is quite thick. Okay, now I've never changed I've never changed my needles on my machines. I usually stick with what came with the machine, and if I need to replace any, then I buy ones that are, you know, for my machine, the same as what I've been using. I've never, touch wood, had a problem with any of them. You can get different needles out there for different fabrics. If you're going to be stitching a lot onto vinyls and stuff like that, then you might want to opt for a stronger needle. But have a look, they're out there, they're on the market. So yes, we have that embroidery vinyl. We have a load of other embroidery vinyl now. I just bought this in packs. So like this stuff, for instance, I'll show you something in a minute. This is like a faux leather, okay? And what I did with that was I stitched it. If you look back at my videos, I did a video on a patch on a beanie, which you can't find, oh there it is, for a beanie. Okay, so there's faux leather used on that. What's that there? That's just a bit of fluff. So I've used faux leather on that and stitched that to a beanie. Okay, now I have done other beanies. I've bought these designs off of Etsy. Okay, so I've stitched directly onto a beanie. I never used any water soluble with this. Okay, and it worked out fine for me. I've done a little dog there. I've done like a patch on there. And this is just a little snowflake one. So there we go, look, there. So different kinds of embroidery designs on beanies. What else? Now I invested, you don't have to have this, just an iron's fine, but I invested in a little mini press, okay? So for this here, it's ideal for doing your appliques and stuff, even when it's in the hoop. So you could, like I say, you could stitch your design on. If you're doing an applique in the hoop, then stitch your design on and iron it off before it's stitched anymore with one of these. What else? Oh, I tell you what, a must is if you're going to be doing appliques, okay, a big must is a pair of these, okay. As you can see, they've got a curve. They're very small, pointed, okay, and they are ideal for appliques. If you watch some of my other videos, you'll see, and they really do cut neatly. I prefer these to the duckbill scissors, or the big, you know, the big ones that like got a drop. I can't get on with those, but I love these. So these are called Fiskars curved scissors. Okay, I'll put it down below here. So there's the scissors. You want a nice sharp pair of scissors for cutting all your fabrics, but it's not a must. Basically, that is it. Oh, and then when it comes to programs and stuff like that for uploading your designs, now there are certain free software programs out there. There are free versions of Embroidery which are ideal for doing fonts and stuff like that, okay, BX files. I recently purchased the Embroidery Essentials, and that is ideal for me. So let's have a quick run through of all the things that you're going to need. So you're going to need your machine, Uno machine, okay. You're going to need stabilizers. So there are various stabilizers out there, okay. Water solubles, cutaways, tearaways. Now, if you get a little bit of each, then, you know, and have a look on YouTube. There are videos out there of how to use these things. And obviously embroidery vinyls if you want to do that sort of thing. Your tender touch to go on the back of clothing to make it soft, or soft touch. Nice sharp pair of applique scissors. These are Fiskars, like I've said before. And threads. There are a number of threads out there, from sim threads to bro threads to Madeira threads. These are Janome threads, okay, like I've said before. And yeah, I think I have covered everything. Pins, clips, yeah. Obviously you get your hoops and everything with your machine. So have fun with it, play around with it, and honestly you'll enjoy the process. If you're not going to go into all the digitizing side of things, then you don't need a big software package. You don't need something like PE Design. Embroidery Essentials, like I say, is ideal for putting several aspects of a design together and then stitching onto one piece of fabric, t-shirt, piece of clothing, whatever. And you've got, like I said, Hatch, you've got Sew What Pro, and the list goes on. There are packages out there. There are some free ones, and there are some that you can try free for 30 days and then decide to purchase them. I purchased Embroidery. It cost me around about £90, I think it was, and I got so much off as well because I looked for a coupon, so you can get money off. You can purchase designs directly from Etsy. You can purchase them from various embroidery websites. And I have got a link to Creative Fabrica, which is down below as well. That will also get you 30% off a whole subscription, and it works out pretty cheap. Something like £15 a month, and it's not just embroidery files. You can download anything you want, as much as you want, whenever you want, for as long as you've got that subscription. And it doesn't stop there. Even when you cancel the subscription, and you're not paying for a subscription anymore, you still get to use those embroidery files or files that you have downloaded, providing you don't change them. Okay, they have to be used the way you downloaded them. So you can't mix and match. You can't mix and match designs and stuff like that. Okay, but like I said, Creative Fabrica are great for embroidery designs. There's a link down below. 30% discount off for the full subscription every month that you keep it. And it works out pretty good because you've just got everything there. Not just embroidery designs, you've got sublimation designs, you've got cut files, you've got SVGs, which is the same sort of thing. You've got loads of different prints. The list, honestly, is endless. Check it out. You don't have to, you can see it before you buy anything. And you don't have to buy a whole subscription. You can just buy one design as well if you want to. Yeah. So I think that's it. I think I've covered everything. If you have any questions, please put them down below and I will do my best to answer them. For any of you that have messaged me recently via email, my Kim Thane email is no longer valid. I have got rid of it. I've had a bit of a clear out this last few weeks, and I have cut down on a lot of things that I do no longer need. So if you have emailed me through that, I apologise. I won't be able to get back to you. and I won't even see the email. I did, however, notice somebody sent me a message and it quickly came up on my phone but disappeared, and I don't know where it is. So I think it was regarding shirts. So if you're that lady, because I know it was a lady, but I can't remember, it was so quick, I caught the gist of it. If you are that person, please message me again through either through Facebook, yeah, or Messenger. Okay, so yeah, I think I have covered everything. So I think I'm gonna go. Yes. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Like I said, please put any comments down below and give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. I'm going to be doing a giveaway very soon, coming up for the year 2022. I have now reached well over 3,000 subscribers. So yeah, so the more subscribers I get, then the bigger the prizes I'm going to be giving away. Right, I'm going to get on now and I'm going to do another video. So I will see you soon. Thank you for watching and see you in 2022 if I don't see you before. Bye.